Israel strikes kill 8 in Gaza amid ceasefire talks in Egypt. Gaza and Tel Aviv erupt in celebration after ceasefire deal. Myanmar paraglider bombing kills 24 at Buddhist festival. Hospital shelling in Sudan's El Fasher kills 13. Good afternoon. Welcome to Around the World in 30 Minutes on Politics and Business Television. I'm Fatima Abubakar Oyibo. Many thanks for joining us. Israel and Hamas have agreed to a landmark ceasefire deal aimed at ending the two-year war in Gaza, brokered in Egypt and backed by the United States. The agreement includes the release of all remaining hostages, a phased withdrawal of Israeli forces, and a surge of humanitarian aid into the devastated enclave. Celebrations erupted across Gaza and Israel as the deal was announced. Though sporadic airstrikes continued amid final ratification steps, the ceasefire marks the first phase of a broader peace plan with hopes of restoring stability and easing the humanitarian crisis that has claimed over 67,000 Palestinian lives. Meanwhile, Palestinians in Gaza poured into the streets of Khan Yunis and other cities, cheering and embracing as news of the ceasefire deal with Israel spread. After enduring months of bombardment and famine, many describe the moment as historic and long-awaited, with hopes that critical aid and medical supplies will soon follow. In Tel Aviv, families of hostages gathered in Hostages Square, shedding tears of joy and lighting fireworks. The agreement brokered in Egypt and backed by the U.S. marks the first phase of a broader peace plan, including hostage exchange and military withdrawal. While celebrations continue, both sides remain cautiously optimistic about lasting peace. In the meantime, a motorized paraglider operated by Myanmar's military dropped bombs on a crowd gathered for the Tanding Yacht Festival in Chonghu Township, killing at least 24 people and injuring over 50. The victims included children, local activists, and members of anti-junta resistant groups. The attack occurred during a candlelight vigil calling for the release of political prisoners, including Aung San Suu Kyi. Witnesses say the paraglider returned hours later to drop additional bombs, though no casualties were reported. Amnesty International condemned the strike, calling it part of a disturbing trend targeting civilians and amid Myanmar's ongoing civil war. Back to Africa, at least 13 people have been killed and 16 others injured, including medical staff, after the paramilitary rapid support forces shelled the Saudi hospital in Al Fasher, one of the last functioning health facilities in the besieged Sudanese city. The attack, which ripped through wards and left twisted metal and shattered walls, has been condemned by Sudanese medics as a war crime. Al Fasher has been under siege for over 17 months, with civilians facing starvation and blockade convoys. The RSF is battling the Sudanese army for control of the city, the last military stronghold in Darfur. UN officials warned that without urgent intervention, Al Fasher could face an even greater catastrophe. And that wraps up the program, but before we go, the headlines again. Israel strikes kill 8 in Gaza amid ceasefire talks in Egypt. Gaza and Tel Aviv erupt in celebration after ceasefire deal. Myanmar paraglider bombing kills 24 at Buddhist festival. Hospital shelling in Sudan's El Fasher kills 13. For more updates and in-depth analysis, follow Politics and Business.TV.English on YouTube and Facebook. Connect with us on Instagram at PNBTV_English and TikTok at PNBTV_ENG. Remember to subscribe and stay informed. For me, Fatima Abubakar Oyibo, to have a lovely day. Bye for now.